What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today I want to do a reaction video to the dev video that they posted up yesterday regarding a game mode in this game that seriously needs a rework, which is Deimos Base. So let's listen to what these guys got to say and judge
안녕하세요.
for ourselves what we
수아정입니다.
think about it.
지난 10월 31일부터 11월 13일까지
Okay.
진행되었던 데이모스 기지에 대해 도전자님들께서 많은 의견을 전달해 주신 걸 확인했습니다.
Yeah, Deimos Base is pretty screwed right now.
유관부서 모두 도전자님들께 메시지를 전달해야겠다는 생각이 들었고 이번 편을 촬영하게 됐습니다.
It's good to hear that they're trying to listen to our feedback, that they want to communicate with us. This is really good.
어린 시선으로 지켜봐 주셔서 감사드리며 더욱 노력하는 개발.
You know, they're admitting they got a long way to go, which is also very, very good.
네,
Right?
안녕하세요. 네, 안녕하세요. 네, 자기소개 한번 부탁드립니다.
Okay, so the first thing that I want to notice, and this is going to be off the subject, guys, is that this guy's wearing a Ralph mask. Now, this could be an indication that we might be getting EX Ralph. Then again, it could be nothing at all. We really don't know. It's just purely speculation, but it is curious that he is wearing a Ralph mask. And I know a lot of people would be quite excited about EX Ralph, especially because this guy is absolutely insane in KOF 15. Actually, one of the best characters you could actually play in the game. But let's really read on or listen further. Yeah, this guy worked on Dungeon Trials, Guild Raid, which is good as far as balancing out these game modes. Speaking of which, Guild Raid, maybe you should increase the rewards if we get a better score, something like that in there would be kind of nice, because honestly, knowing that we can get 1.25 billion every single time for a RNG reward kind of sucks at this point. We've been doing this for a long, long time, and it really would be nice to have some more motivation, some incentivization to try to push higher and get those higher scores. But I digress. Let's listen further. He plans the bust and balancing. Okay, so this is the guy we know to pick on. Not that I'm advocating for you guys to pick on him. Yeah. So what was your goal in Deimos Base? Okay. All right. So far, guys, what he's saying is, you know, the reason that for the creation of Deimos Base is so we could use a multitude of characters. However, you know, the problem is in the game mode is that a lot of the characters, like before the nerf to the heal, other characters could get through it. BS characters could absolutely get through it. In fact, 97 Orochi and 98 Omega Rugal could actually do it before, which was fair. Both those characters got built-in heals, and it was actually quite nice. But then they nerfed that heal so damn much that even the most powerful character, like even Rugal, you know, if he isn't, I mean, his heal, guys, doesn't even heal enough at all to where he actually even benefits from having his heal from his core, right? It doesn't do hardly anything at all, even at stage 8, at least the way it was before. But let's listen further. Yeah, obtain buffs that do nothing as far as the heals were concerned. Yeah, it does take a lot of effort to strengthen fighters. Yeah, and you know, like it's obvious that they're trying to create something where we use a multitude of characters. But honestly, guys, I think, you know, I made a video about this a while back where I talked about how they need to create a game mode like a KOF boss mode, where it's similar to a game that another game that I play, which is Marvel Future Fight, where you have restrictions, where you need attack fighters, or you need a purple attack, or you need a BOS syndrome fighter, or you need a whatever kind of fighter. That would have been much better to have restrictions and requirements in a game mode where we have to use those certain fighters to get some decent rewards out of the game mode. The way they set it up right now with Deimos Base is, yeah, we could get, you know, a BS and SS memory. We could get some rubies, which is definitely a good thing. But the problem with it is, you know, it was fine before. I mean, really all they need to do is one of two things. All they need to do is either change it back to the way it was before, which was completely fine and everybody was completely happy with it, or increase the rewards and not nerf our characters so much. You want to make it difficult, that's fine. But don't be nerfing our characters so much. When you take away, like when you spend tons and tons of money on a character or tons and tons of rubies on a character, and then like let's say, for example, that like Rugal that has that insane 100% HP heal, but he only, heals for about 1% of it instead of 100%. That's just nerfing the living crap out of him to where it isn't even really even fun. But let's listen further.
아쉽다 보니까 어떻게
Well, it's good to hear that the idea didn't sit right with him.
라는 의도로 처음에는 시작이 되었었던 것 같아요.
네, 맞습니다.
Yeah.
여러분들께서 정말
And by the way, guys, I have no doubt that their intentions were good as far as, trying to create a good, fun game mode. The dev team really has been a really good team for us in Kofus, a lot better than some other games, I can tell you that. It's just, they really, they're doing all this changing. And we had it just fine before, but I digress.
말씀들이 많으셨어요.
네.
그래서
So a lot of people were pissed off about the last Deimos Base. I made videos about it. I talked about it.
지금 데이모스 기지의 문제점이 무엇인지 알 수 있을까요?
네, 일단 데이모스 기지의 현재 가장 큰 문제점은 이제 많은 파이터를 사용하는 목적을 위해서
Yeah.
유저분들에게 좀 가혹한 플레이를 강요하지 않았나 이렇게 생각하고 있습니다.
Yeah, so right there, he's admitting that, it's just too long. 50 stages takes forever. It's a lot of time consumption. A lot of players don't have that amount of time. So they already admit that they are aware that this issue does exist. So that's good to know.
플레이가 재미가 있어야 되는데
Really what they could do is maybe you'd only have to play 5 stages a day. Maybe you play 5 stages a day. I don't know, something.
를 우선하게 돼서 억지스러울 정도로 가혹한 밸런스를 하게 됐구나라는 반성을 하게 됐습니다.
Yeah.
저희도 커뮤니티에서 이제 따끔한 말씀 주시는 부분 하나 확인하고 뼈아프게 생각하고 있습니다.
그렇군요. 네.
Okay.
이번에 밸런스가 향상되면서 가장 크게 변경된 부분이 이제 회복력 감소 그리고 이제 지속 피해가 향.
So right there, guys, right there, they're admitting, the increased recovery and dot, right? It really screwed us big time. The dot really didn't bother me too much. It was just a decrease in our heal. That's what sucked. Even when you got a buff from the game itself, from Deimos Base itself, the heal just sucked.
있어야 되는데 기획 의도를 우선하게 돼서
And games do need to be fun to play. Good point.
구나라는 반성을 하게 됐습니다. 저희도 커뮤니티에서 이제 따끔한 말씀 주시는.
Oh, I actually kind of went back a little bit, didn't I? Whoops, my bad.
특히 이번에 밸런스가 향상되면서 가장 크게 변경된 부분이 이제 회복력 감소 그리고 이제 지속 피해.
Yeah, it's just the heal is a little terrible.
같은 경우에는 이제 기존의
With the recovery decrease.
의미가 없어지게 된 부분이 제일 아쉬웠고.
Exactly, the existing recovery buffs became useless.
방어전이랑 이제 안 좋은 방향으로 시너지가 나는데 이런 부분들이 난이도가 높게 설정이 된 것 같습니다.
They did raise the difficulty level.
8층에서 많은 도전자분들께서 힘들어하시는 것을 지표로 확인할 수 있었습니다.
And see right there, guys, they recognize, like even on the 8th floor, even for me with an A6, A7 Rugal, this crap was super rough. This is super difficult. Stage 8. They had 50 stages in Deimos Base. And, and honestly, like, I don't know why they changed it at all, to be honest. It was just fine the way it was before with the rewards that we were getting.
내부에서 많은 분석들을 하는데 지표상으로 봐도 좀 그 그림이 많이 아름답지는 못했더라고요.
네, 맞습니다.
True.
난이도가 더 어려워졌는데 저층부터 되게 빡세졌죠. 그렇죠?
네. 더 어려운 난이도가 저층.
Yeah, if you got like on those lower levels, if you got a 200,000, 300,000 CP character and they're dying like within a few hits, that's not balanced at all. That's extremely unbalanced. Whenever you have that much of a CP difference, the way it really should be is you would take the more CP you have, the less damage you would actually take. That is what actually makes sense instead of the way they set it up.
난이도가 상향됐지만 보상은 이전과 동일했던 점이 도전자님들께서 가장 아쉬웠던 부분이라고 생각하고 있습니다.
저희도 생각이 많은데 이런 부분들을 그래도 제 생각에
Well, good to know they're communicating about it.
좀 더 드려야 될 것 같아요. 그러면은 개발실에서 생각하고 있는 앞으로의
So what are they planning to do with Deimos Base? Could just return it to the way it was before. Not being released in November, that's good, because they're going to be working on it. That's nice to know.
수치만 고치고 다시 내보내실 건 아니잖아요. 그렇죠?
So he's saying right there, it won't be a small fix, will it? And he's saying, right. We concluded that it would be very difficult for them to change it.
고치는 것만으로는 도전자님께서 만족하실 만큼 개편이 어렵다고 생각이 됐고 내부적으로 저희가 일단은 도전자님의 피드백을 좀 심각하게 받아들이고 있기 때문에
Well, it's good to know they take our opinion seriously.
네. 앞으로는 보다는 좀 방향성에 대해서 다방면으로 좀 논의를 하고 있는 중입니다. 일단 저희가 도전자님들에게 재밌는 콘텐츠가 될 수
So they're
있도록
going to rework the difficulty level and the rewards. Now, what does that mean? We don't really know. Are they going to give us an EX memory? We don't really know. The fact that they mentioned that, it's very, very time consuming. Are they going to lower the amount of stages that we have to fight? Instead of 50, will it be 30 or something like that? I mean, it's hard telling. Honestly, guys, I get a little worried whenever they say this kind of stuff, but at the same time, I get excited because the truth is, Deimos Base, the way it was before, was kind of fun. It was actually a pretty fun game mode. It was enjoyable. And then when they nerfed the living hell out of those heals, it really made it suck. It just wasn't near as fun. And honestly, the amount of effort that you had to put into it wasn't worth the rewards that you were actually getting. So I hope they do address all these issues. It looks like they're planning to.
새로운
which is a good
모습을 구현할 수
thing.
있도록 노력하겠습니다.
그렇군요. 알겠습니다. 좋은 말씀 주셔서 정말 감사드리고요.
So, I mean, that pretty much concludes the dev note video, guys. And I gotta say, I am really, really happy with what I'm seeing. I'm happy that they're acknowledging the time consumption issue with it. I'm happy they're acknowledging the HP recovery decrease, right? The dot thing honestly didn't bother me, but I guess it bothers some other players out there. It was just a big, big problem, right? Way too difficult for the rewards that you're getting, which was just a BS and SS memory. So, like I said earlier, there's a couple different ways they could address it. They could lower the amount of stages. We can still get the same amount of rubies that we got before, which would be pretty damn fantastic. And if they do increase the difficulty, just increase the rewards, right? Or if you make it to where you have to use an EX character, or you have to use a BS character, or you have to use an SS character, but make it feasible to where that character can actually get it done. For example, if you're using a BS character and they don't have a heal, maybe you could have a healing striker that actually your heal actually, equates to something instead of just a small, tiny little percentage where it does nothing for you. I mean, something like that would be pretty awesome. But I mean, guys, there's all kinds of different ways they could go with it. I am glad though that they are addressing the issue, that they are talking about it, and that they're being, fully transparent with us and telling us, hey, we realized we screwed up. We realized that we did some bad things with the last Deimos Base, and that we need to rectify it and we need to change it and make it better for the players. Because seriously, guys, I mean, that was a lot of rubies and there was some decent rewards in there, and we definitely want to see it return, but we want to see it return to its former glory. So guys, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think they should do with returning Deimos Base. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GD+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See everybody.